Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are really excited that you've joined us today. We have an amazing presentation and demo in store for you. Just going to give everybody about 2 minutes to filter in and get their bearings, and then we will begin. Thank you so much for your patience. If you are just entering, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Just going to give everyone one more minute to filter into the meeting, and then we will get started. Alrighty, looks like we are all here and ready to go. Thank you so much again for joining us. Really excited that you're here. We have a lot to talk about. Um, just as a reminder, if you have any questions that pop up during the presentation, please feel free to just drop those in the question box on the right-hand side on your control panel, and we will get those answered for you. And at this point, I will turn it over to our presenter, Jamin.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. I am Jamin Patel. I am in sales engineering, and welcome to AttackIQ's weekly demo. Today, our goal is to introduce to you our very new and exciting service that we're offering called AttackIQ Flex. That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. All right, let's move all the controls on the side. Okay, so let us just introduce you to our company, what we do. So AttackIQ is in the breach and attack simulation market as per Gartner. Gartner has designated that market. Now we are an industry leading solution, been in business for over 10 years. Okay, our goal is very simple. We are here to give you the ability to measure the performance of your security controls in your infrastructure. We are the founding research partner for MITRE's MITRE Attack Framework Center for Threat Informed Defense. It's known as CTID, and we've been doing it for a very long time. Okay, let's go ahead and go in there. Now, our adversary research team is very much focused on creating lots of content, obviously content that is relevant at that particular moment, but also if there are specific CISA releases, advisories going on, or CISA / FBI releases that are going on, we would be creating within less than a day the entire content, which would not just be IOC based, but very specific TTPs in there involved. So it'll be a truly attack based content that our adversary research team is focused on creating, and it's continuous. That's the key part. There are new threats, new adversaries going on, and that's what the team is responsible to figure out what's more active in the world currently, and if it reaches that stage where everybody's seeing it, well, let's go ahead and create a specific kill chain like attack graph, or if it's an advisory that CISA has, we'll do that instantly as well. So the key part is it's continuous, and the content is always being updated for our customers. So let's introduce our two newest service offerings. And our philosophy is, well, as customers have gone and taken advantage of our enterprise solution, which is very much focused on full breach and attack simulation techniques and tactics that we provide, a lot of our customers want also the ability to test it as you go. So instead of committing to our enterprise solution, a lot of our small to medium enterprises would like an option to as a pay-as-you-go model. So we have introduced two specific service. We're going to talk primarily about AttackIQ Flex today. Let me just give you a 30-second advertisement on AttackIQ Ready. AttackIQ Ready is a fully managed weekly and monthly service where we, as AttackIQ personnel and security experts, would be creating multiple baselines, different tests, and we would be executing it in your infrastructure and providing you with the results as well as remediation recommendations. It's a fully managed service, and we will pick and choose the content on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and provide that for our customers. Customers who are taking advantage of this is folks who have less time, less personnel, and they have smaller IT organizations. So they want to take advantage of a fully managed service with our security personnel. So that's AttackIQ Ready. Now, we are here to talk about AttackIQ Flex. Now, this is brand new. I'm talking about less than a month and a half ago, we introduced to the market AttackIQ Flex. It basically is instantly ability to test by our customers and get the remediation recommendation. It is agentless. It's pay as you go. It's like coin operator. You put the coin in, you run the test, and you get what because you ran the test that was important to you. You wanted to find out, and you're able to do that. So that's AttackIQ Flex. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about it. As you can see, the marketing slogan is pretty good. Pay as you go, on demand, agentless test as a service, which is really good from a technical perspective. Imagine this: you don't have to install anything. That is very useful. So, nothing to install. That means it's agentless. It includes a lot of the adversary emulations that you would want to test in your infrastructure. We will go over the UI, the product itself, actually execute one of them, so you have a really good idea. And it's price per test. Makes life a lot easier. So you will see how that works. It's very, very straightforward. We are having tremendous interest on these services. Well, what happens? Let's talk about why customers would prefer to use it. Now, we have, believe it or not, existing enterprise customers who already have an enterprise solution that they actually run on a periodic basis, on a daily or every other day or weekly basis. However, they are also finding out scenarios that would be very helpful, and they could utilize our Flex service. So let's look at this particular example. There is an M&A going on, and now the CISO is required to quickly figure out if the company that is being acquired has everything from a security perspective, everything aligned with what their expectation is. Well, how do you know? Well, this workflow talks pretty much without any particular without Flex in the case. So all of a sudden, now this is the goal over here for the CISO, right? Okay, what do I do? Well, first thing is going to be, let's go figure out a quick audit. An audit is done, and now the auditors basically said, okay, well, you know what, we need to, audit is great, but we need to actually understand what the reality is. So we're going to do some testing. So you could deploy our solution, no problem. Our enterprise solution is available, or you could have a red teaming a pen tester do that. Well, if you want to do your own pen testing, you're going to go identify personnel. You got to go, or offer a service, do a pre-engagement, understand what you want to test, look at the reports and finding. If this is the path you want to take, if you purchase our product, for example, there is some prerequisites that needs to be done. You got to scope it. Where do you want to install it? You want to identify the tests you want to do, understand the results, and go and do the reports as well. All this takes time. That's the reality. This does not even include looking at the final reports, understanding the scope, and then providing the information. This is what is the goal for the CISO right over here. It takes time, like it or not. Weeks is an understatement, so it will take a couple of months for sure. Well, during an M&A, for example, you don't have that. You need to either just wing it, which is going to be terrible, or come up with a better option. So, well, that's where the Flex comes in. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and erase this, and let's go ahead and okay. Now, let's see how Flex changes the workflow for the CISO. All right. Well, CISO. Oops. Go back. Previous. And pin. All right. So the CISO right over here, same thing. Now, the process is so simple that customers would truly appreciate it, and they are already seeing it. So all you have to do is go to the Flex platform, identify the test that you want to run, and you say, okay, I want to run an adversary campaign. Maybe that test number 1, that's probably what I want to do. Or I want to do a true baseline, just pretty much a baseline, because I don't know this infrastructure from Jack. So I want to just see overall across different controls how it looks like. Well, great. I run both. I run this and I run this. Pretty easy to do. Takes 4 minutes to complete. How do we do it? Identify the package you want to do, 2 packages if you want, execute it. Basically, it will create the results. You upload the result onto the platform. It'll give you the report, all done, and the CISO has that, and he's good. And this is hours. The execution of this, 10 minutes. This whole thing, 10 minutes is what it takes. How you present it to the CISO may take a little bit longer time. So imagine the time saved. More importantly, you got the answer you were looking for, which was, what is the security posture of this new organization that I'm acquiring? Okay. Hopefully that explained the workflow, and we're going to actually do it live, so it'll reiterate the point over here. So, summarizing it, features. In regards to the product, we have these baselines are already there. May that be EDR, may that be AV, may that be content filtering. These are true baselines, just to understand what the state of your security control posture is, right? At the same time, we also have threat emulation for for emerging threats, as well as well-known adversaries and groups. It's already there. Our research team is going to produce attack graphs, which are a full kill chain. This attack graph is a full kill chain. It's produced by our team and updated into our service within 48 hours is what we say, but it's usually within 24 hours. And this is just not an IOC. This is the actual kill chain, which literally is programmed, tested, and pushed out very quickly. Last but not least, without reports and remediation information, the impact is not much, and that's the reason you have a performance information, and this is a lot more impactful when we visually see it as well. All right, let's go ahead and clear this slide so that we can go to the next one. Okay, so we are going to jump into the platform itself. Let's go ahead and escape out of this one. There's my escape button. Discard. All right, and flex. Okay, so now we are in our platform. Once you guys register, you guys can get access to the platform, and this is what it will look like. This is the home page. It has information about anything that you have done recently, some log information, some blog information, reports that were executed, as you can imagine. But more importantly, it will tell you what you need to do to accomplish the goals which you're executing a particular task. So step number one, download an assessment. Download a package. Okay, so a package is an assessment. Second is you execute the particular package onto the laptop or the desktop that you are executing on. Then once you execute it, it creates a results file, an encrypted results output file, which you uploaded back to the AttackIQ Flex platform, and then you look at the reports. Very, very straightforward. That is how we have it. Let's go ahead and do that. So, as you can see, the platform is very intuitive. Go to packages. These are individual, security baseline packages. As I mentioned, as well as adversary emulation that are there. These content gets updated on a periodic basis, so you can pick and choose. Let's go ahead, pick one. Let's do EDR. So, if you look at it, this particular package is going to test out endpoint EDR. It's going to validate the capability for the EDR's capability for all the TTPs that's going to be tested below. These are the TTPs that are going to be tested, are included in this package. Okay, the tests include the credential dumping with obfuscated and original, with lots of different credential dumping and Kerberoasting, as you can see over here. Well, let's go ahead and download the package. Okay, and it's getting downloaded. Let it download. Okay, while it's getting downloaded, I'm just going to go ahead and show to you what other things that are in here. It's and as you can see, we started at 8 minutes on the hour. Within 10 minutes, we'll have results, if not even less than that. So as we go through this, actually, let's go ahead and go to the download page because it's already downloaded. Let's go. Where's my download page? There's my download. As you can see, this was the one that's downloaded. The next step is you execute it. You just double click it, and I'm executing it. That's it. Now it's going to execute it. It's unzipping it. It's going to then execute those 15 different TTPs that were there one at a time. And once it's finished those 15 things, then it's going to basically create an output file as well. This is going to take, I would say, 4 or 5 minutes. That's okay. We will go ahead and let it complete, and we will go over the UI till then. Okay, so let's see. There you go. So as you can see, it's doing everything. It's installing it, and it's started executing all these tests. Okay, let it go ahead and continue to do that. But let's go ahead and show you what's in there. If you recall, we have security baseline. Oh, is there a question? Let me just see. Somebody might have a question. It's a perfect time to pause for a second. Let me see. Nope, no questions. I just wanted to make sure there was any questions. But if you do have any questions, the chat window, please ask questions, and I'm going to respond to you in the middle or in the end for sure. Okay. All right. So the baselines that I included is security baseline. So that means a control specific baseline. So this is content filter, endpoint antivirus, and then EDRs. Those are the 3 different controls that are there. and the packages are already here. Now, in addition to that, you have adversary emulations. In this, you can see we have Kimsuki over here. There are 3 or 4 different variations of it. Lazarus group, oil rig. I mean, there's quite a few of them in Turla. You have that, and individually in there, you can see there are 13 scenarios or 19 scenarios. Okay. Now, one of the things that you can actually execute all of these one at a time. Let's go ahead and see if this thing is completed yet or not. It's executing, and let it go ahead and complete and execute, and you will get a better sense once it's done. Now, I did do that. As you can see, a few minutes before, and let's go. Okay, this thing. Oh, it's completed. So you can see right over here. This is the output file that was. Oh no, this one. Sorry, this one was the output file that was created. 10:18, it was downloaded. 10:21, the output file. In 3 minutes, you have the results. Very, very straightforward. What do you do next? You go to analyze. You call it, I don't know, EDR, baseline, whatever you want to call it, and click to upload. 10:21. I upload it. Opens it. Analyze. Now, what it's doing, it's uploading it, it's analyzing it, and it's going to be creating a report for that. Now, just so that you know, everybody who's attended this, whoever is registered for this, you will be getting credits emailed to you. Take advantage of it. It's in your email. I believe there are 8 credits that are free, and you can use it. So, for example, as we had mentioned, this is a pay-as-you-go model. For you to view this, all you have to do is click on and click view, and it will say, okay, I'm going to use 1 credit, confirm, and it will view, and it will go over and have you and display to you the reports of this one. Let's go over the report. Okay, so we ran the security baseline report, and it was focused on EDR, and I executed today. Okay, so let's go ahead and if you look at it, it's very systematic. It's designed to be displayed to or given to a management as well. Only some section of it, executive summary. So let's go ahead and look at it. This is the only thing I would give management only, because that's all they want to know, unless you really want to go into the weeds. So you can see it gives you a good idea. Overall, in my infrastructure, in my asset, my laptop where I executed, the performance of this was 100%, which is what we want to see. And that's the important part. It gives numbers. It gives you're able to quantify. It gives the executive an idea whether the assessment that we did, in this case EDR, how effective is the EDR over here. Okay. If you look at the scope, 11 tests were performed, and all of them were prevented by the EDR that I have in my lab, which is what we want. Goes over the testing methodology, as this is more of just going over how the Flex service works. Once again, you activate the test package, you execute it, you do we clean it up, and then you look at the results when you confirm the credit that you have. Let's see. I'm going to make this thing a little bit bigger. Let's say this goes over the architecture, and let's go over the results. So, if you look at the scope of this particular test, it has different types of categories. Now you can see we had credential harvest, execution, discovery, and persistence in this particular scenario, in this particular assessment, and you can see that for credential access, all the ones that we were focused on was credential access, and the results were pretty much all of them were prevented by the EDR that's in that asset that we executed this particular test, which is great. Now, if some of them were not, then you would get appropriate value in there as well. All right, and that's pretty much what goes over the appendix, and goes over all the glossary as well. I'm going to pause for a second. Let me see if there's any questions. Let me know if there is any questions. I can look for it. Oh, there is one question. So let me go ahead and take a quick glance at the questions and read it out. Okay, let's see. What question is this? All right, so it looks like there are 3 questions. Any deployments compatible with testing Kubernetes? For the Flex service, we are pretty much focused on Windows environment, and Linux and Mac environment is down the road this year for sure. For Kubernetes, you want to look at our enterprise solution for that. That was the question. Second question, is there any download hash signature verification? Yes, the answer to the question is there are scenarios or tests that have the hash signature verification available. Next question we have is, do we need to run this package on each machine? No. Our suggestion is you take a sample of your the assets that you have, and run this on there. So for example, if you have EDR or AV in your infrastructure, and EDR has 5 profiles of assets, each profile might be, the first profile might be, hey, that's for Linux, one profile might be Windows 10, the other one might be Windows 11. We would suggest you take a sample of those, sample of each profile, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, and run, and those would be your perfect sample assets, and you run it on there so you have an idea of what it would look like for everyone else. Let's see, do we want to, so that would be that question. Must run as an admin? Nope, you don't need to run it as an admin at all. I did not run it as an admin, but you can run it as an admin. In fact, I would suggest run it, if you want, you can run it as the user who downloaded it, that profile, as well as, if you want, you can run it as admin as well, but you do not need to run it as admin only. You can run it with whichever user privilege you have. Good questions, guys. Let's see, what other questions do we have? Platform agnostic, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, Windows. Yep. This particular test currently, as we have, is focused on Windows. It's with the Linux and Mac is pretty much going to be coming very, very soon as well. Our enterprise platform does support all OSs. Let's see. Do we have any customization for chart? Well, the chart are pretty much all pre-canned, and it's automatically created for the specific the assessment that you run. So there is no customization. Customers are using our AttackIQ Ready as well as AttackIQ Flex service as a pay-as-you-go model. We have full customization capability available in our enterprise solution if that is what your goals are. Good questions, guys. Keep on coming. I'm just going to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes, I think. Let's see, what else do I have to show? I have one other slide, pretty much, and then I'll open it up for any further questions out there. Now, I wanted to introduce you to our academy. Our academy is a free a free academy, where a free university, if you may, where you are able to log in and get CP credits. That's the key part. Get CP credits. We have over 50,000 students worldwide have used these courses. It's very straightforward. You can pick and choose from minor courses. These are not product courses at all. These are this is basically us as a company giving back to the security groups and security community worldwide. As you can see, this is how do you build emulation plan? How do you master MITRE ATT&CK? This has nothing to do with our product, because these are all educational and it's got CP credits. So I highly suggest you use it. You take advantage of it, and get some CP credits as well. That's pretty much it. Just keep in mind you get 8 Flex credits to use because you attended this webinar. Let me go ahead and see if there's any questions I have missed, and I can definitely do that. Would you run this package also on domain controllers? Absolutely. I run this on domain controllers all the time. The goal is to understand your security posture. And more importantly, what is the reaction of your controls with different TTPs? Because that's kind of what the key part is. If the control is not reacting any at all, well, in an event of a true issue, you will have the same experience as well. So we want to run it on any of your assets that you actually have EDRs, AVs on it. You should run it on it, no problem. Where is the report stored on the tested box? The report is not stored on the tested box. The report is actually on the platform itself, the Flex platform itself, and you can download the PDF as well. That's not a problem, and then you can store it wherever you want. I think you may be talking about the output results are all when you download it. When you download the package, it's in the download file. I'm sorry, it's in the download folder. When you execute it, the location of the output file is going to be the same location from where you execute the assessment itself. Okay, and last but not least, what other question? Cost per credit. These are questions for sales. I'm just a technical guy, so I wish I could answer for that. But anytime you have a question specific to that, please let us know at sales@attackiq.com, and we can definitely respond to you without any issues. And we do have some prepaid packages, like purchase 15, 20, so you get a good bundle price, of course, as you can imagine. One other question: is there any confidential data stored on the platform from the host? Very good question. We do not store any confidential data at all. At the most, we might have IP addresses of your infrastructure. That's about it, but we don't store anything. We are a SOC 2 Type 2 compliant company. That means we have to keep track of all of these things. We have over 350 customers in our enterprise, which we also are hosting as a SaaS solution. So we are very cautious about that, and we would never do that. Good questions, guys. What other questions I can answer for you? I'm going to be here for the next couple of minutes, but thank you. Everybody will receive, receive 8 credits to test it out. If you don't receive it, send an email. We will make sure we take care of it. As I said, this service has been tremendously popular, more than that we thought it would be, and we're getting tremendous response for this. So bear with us. We usually have a turnaround of hours, if not within 24 hours. Okay, looks like you will get credits by the end of the week. So there you go. So you should have received a communication from us within the next 48 hours. All right, folks, I'm going to leave the call open for the next 1 minute. Any more questions? All right, well, thank you very much. We appreciate you spending some time. Hopefully this was educational, and please go ahead and try it out. These 8 Flex credits are very useful, and you'll get a very good glimpse on what we can provide. Okay, have a wonderful day or good night. Bye-bye.